Okay, welcome to another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes, and today we're headed to Jackson, Mississippi. Let's get it on our magic carpet and head in there. We're going to stop right there. So here is your state of Mississippi right here. This is all Mississippi, and that's Jackson right there. It sits on the southern part of the state. All right, we got a geography question for you, or maybe the better way of phrasing that would be it's a geology question. You notice this part of the state's boundary, the squiggly line. It's squiggly everywhere here, really squiggly. And why is that, kids? Anybody know? Anybody? Class? Well, we're going to zoom in and we're going to get the answer to that. Let's get in really close. And I think you're going to figure it out as we get in there. You bet that's a river right there. And I want you to notice a couple things. And that's not just any river. That's the Mississippi River. And you'll notice how the white here goes off the river like that, and here it goes off, and here it goes way off like that. Why do you think that is? Well, as you probably know already, the river changes course like all rivers do. And at one time, this is the way the river flowed, and that was the state boundary. And the river just moved to the west in this part over here, so it's no longer there. As a matter of fact, if you look, and this is all from satellite, you can see that the river at one time flowed all the way over here. Those are all meanderings of the river. So that's your geology lesson for the day. You can see the river flowing here and here where it used to be. It's right over there now. So we're going to back out here, and we're going to head into Jackson. And we got 9 homes today to look at Jackson. Jackson's not that big of a city. It's about 160,000 people. I did a little research and I learned a couple things. So it was originally home to the Choctaw. It was originally home to the Choctaw Nation of Native Americans. Another thing I did not know is it is sitting on top of an extinct volcano. And if you were to go 2,900 feet below the surface, or about 880 meters, you would find this volcano, which, let me check my notes, I think it's extinct. It's been extinct for 66 million years. So yeah, Jackson was built on top of a volcano. All right, tourist information. If you're going to visit Jackson, let's go to this website right here, which is visitjackson.com. Tells you everywhere you want to visit, where to eat, where to drink, where to stay. So use that as your tourist information site. Zillow, our old friend Zillow. We're going to be using Zillow for a while because they've, it's just really convenient, and I'll show you why here in a second. Our first home is like a castle. And it says here, this is interesting reading, one of Jackson's most iconic properties, quote, the castle, unquote, as it is known by many, is architecturally significant as one of the best examples of Tudor revival residential architecture in Mississippi. Mississippi architect J. Fraser Smith studied in England in the 1920s and was heavily influenced by English Tudor design. When he returned home, he was inspired to design a home to reflect what he'd seen abroad. Construction began in 1927 and was completed in 1930. So one of the things if you keep reading, it tells you that they've remodeled the house since then, but they've worked on preserving the architecture while at the same time doing things like updating the home to make it more livable for today's homeowner, and I'm sure they updated all the appliances. We're going to find out real quick as we head in there. So this first home, it's going for $1.475 million on the market, 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, over 7,500 square feet, sitting on a 1-acre lot built in 1930. Let's take a virtual tour of this first fantasy dream home of the day. Our next home is going for $1.475 million. It's 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, over 8,000 square feet, sitting on 1 acre of land, built in 1941. Let's check out this next dream home. Our next home is unusual, and I was trying to figure out the architecture, so I did some reading here, and it says right here, the Grand French Palladian House, and I was not certain about that, so I looked up Palladian architecture, and this is not the same. So look at all these. What do they all have in common? They all have this thing, which is called a portico. It's supported by columns, okay? All these porticos right here, okay? What is this missing? A portico. It does not have a portico. Even when you look at what's called Neo-Palladian mansion, it still has the portico with the columns. So, any architects out there, please tell us, leave the comments, tell us what kind of architecture that is. I'm very curious. It's a very unusual architecture. But getting on to the facts of the home, it's going for $1.6 million. It's 4 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, over 6,700 square feet. And it was, let's scroll down here to our built date. It was sitting on 1.1 acres of land, built in 2007. Let's check out this next fantasy dream home. So I'd like to take a minute and just show you something I think you would really be interested in. If you like the YouTube channel Fantasy Dream Homes, I think you're really going to like the Pinterest page of ours, Fantasy Dream Homes, by the same name. You can find it here, right up here. Here's the address, the URL address, pinterest.com/Fantasy Dream Homes. And if you scroll down here and we go to our boards page, you will see boards that if you like looking at luxury homes, you're going to love this Pinterest page. We have everything from magnificent master bedrooms to ultimate master bathrooms, luxury dressing rooms, kitchen ideas for luxury homes, butler's pantry, cozy nooks and alcoves, reading rooms, grand entryways, fantastic fireplaces. We also look at luxury appliances, and we look at plumbing fixtures, and we look at lighting, and we look at staircases, swimming pools, and flooring, furniture, anything you would see in a luxury home. This is the place to go. And if you want, like, say for example, you click into architectural styles of homes, okay, you actually can see all the different, we've separated all the major categories of homes: log cabins, contemporary style, craftsman, Queen Anne, Greek Revival, Tudor, Victorian. So there's something for almost everybody who's interested in home architecture or luxury homes. So we invite you to please visit our Pinterest page, and we'd like you to follow us on Pinterest. And we hope to see you on our Pinterest page. Thanks a lot. Okay, so this next Fantasy Dream Home is going for over $2.1 million. It's 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 8,000 square feet. It's on a big piece of land, 118.5 acres, built in 1920. Let's check out this next Fantasy Dream Home. All right, so this next home is a castle-like looking home again. And it's going for almost $2.5 million. It's 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 9,600 square feet, sitting on 23.5 acres of land, built in the year 2007. Let's take a virtual tour of this next fantasy dream home. Moving right along, our next fantasy dream home is going for $3.8 million, and you're going to see that price on the next three homes. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 6,500 square feet, sitting on a big piece of land on 97 acres, built in 2008. Let's take a virtual tour of this next fantasy dream home. All right, this next fantasy dream home is going for $3.8 million. It's 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, over 7,400 square feet, sitting on 1.7 acres of land, built in the year 2009. Let's take a virtual tour of this next home. And now this next home is a biggie. It's $3.8 million. It's 9 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, almost 26,000 square feet. This may be one of the biggest ones we've looked at yet. I'm wondering if it was a hotel at one time. It is sitting on 1.3 acres of land, and it was built in 1926. Let's take a virtual tour. Maybe we'll figure that out of this next fantasy dream home. And lastly, this final fantasy dream home of the day is going for almost $6 million. It's 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, over 7,400 square feet, sitting on a big plot of land, 421 acres, built in 1990. It's the final fantasy dream home of the day. Let's check it out. Okay, so that wraps up another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes. We hoped you liked Jackson, Mississippi, and those were some amazing homes. Let us know what you think in the comments, whether you liked them, whether you didn't. Also, if you want to become an active member of our community, let's start off by subscribing and click the little bell when you do subscribe. It'll give you notifications. It'll send them out to you every time we come out with a new video. And as always, everybody, we hope you're staying safe during this pandemic in the times of self-quarantining. I know it's not fun, but that's why we've been making more of these videos and we've been adding more houses. We're trying to get rid of those dooms and glooms that plague us all during quarantine times. You know, it's just no fun being, especially when you're by yourself. So we're thinking about you out here. We want you to be safe, and we hope to see you next time here on Fantasy Dream Home. So take care, everybody. Keep smiling. Bye-bye.